Resident Evil 3's Resistance mode is a whole different experience from what we wanted. Fans asked for the all-new version of Resident Evil Outbreak, but instead we got this. A mode where you have 4 survivors going through 3 different areas trying to survive while the Mastermind tries to prevent their escape. It's a fun little experience on both sides, to be honest. I've actually been enjoying it this whole time. Yeah. Now, like most players, I do enjoy playing as the Mastermind because it is easier when you're given all these gadgets and accessories to take down the survivors, and you even get to take control of Mr. X, William Birkin in his first G-infected form, a plant creature, and a wall. Okay, so that one's not the best choice to go with. It's definitely the worst option since it just acts as a barrier which can knock survivors down, but they can simply crawl away from it and let the other survivors pick them up. This is the special weapon for the Oswell E. Spencer. Birkin is Annette's special card. Mr. X can be controlled when you choose Daniel, and the plant creature known as Yatavio appears if you choose Alex Wesker. If you ask me, I think Lisa Trevor should have been the special boss card for Spencer, seeing as he's the one who created her. Nikolai has been announced to be the next new Mastermind, which sounds like a pretty good idea. Makes sense. But he better have Nemesis be his special boss card. I can't think of anything better than that choice. What do you think? My favorite survivor so far would have to be January. She can deactivate cameras, which really comes in handy since cameras can often fire ammunition at survivors. They can also poison them, stun them, or combine all 3 options and bring the whole team down. It can be a major pain in the rectum, but with January, you can at least prevent all those troubles from piling up. Jill was recently released as a survivor, and her special move is to dodge, which honestly hits better than it sounds when compared to the other survivors. I'll get into further details on each character's abilities and traits on their own analysis or biography videos, but I'm gonna give it a while before I do that since the game just came out. There are a few new updates rolling in which will also nerf some of the characters and change a few things regarding those overpowered moves. So there's no telling whether they'll stay the way they are in a month or in the next couple of days. The game is entertaining when playing as both the Mastermind or survivors, at least to me. Most people prefer playing as a Mastermind, but my most preferred choice would have to be to team up with other survivors.
You're finished.
I got it.
Perfect time with the ball.
Trenchy.
The exit's open. Try to run towards it. I got another flashbang.
Alright. Use it. Do you have another one? Oh, sweet. And it didn't work? Don't worry, I got a grenade. I got a grenade.
Hit him.
What the fuck? It didn't stun him.
Then fuck it. I got the bazooka. I stunned him. Run.
Alright, I'm in.
Valerie, where the hell you go? Look. Valerie, just run. Just run in here. He can't touch you once you step in that line.
Mine.
Oh my god.
There you go. It worked.
Yes.
Yeah, go us.
Why Jill runs like that?
It's almost like
That's
strutting.
disgusting. That's disgusting. What's that?
One thing I'm still not sure about is if the game is perfectly balanced. Sometimes the Mastermind is releasing traps and enemies at a good pace, but then sometimes the Mastermind can straight up throw like 2 lickers, a strong poison zombie, and use a detonator zombie at the very beginning of the first area. And I've seen this happen with a rank 1 Mastermind. I thought you had to level up in order to obtain the stronger cards, which technically is true, but if that's the case, then how is it that a rank 1 Mastermind can summon all these enemies and traps all at the start of the game? Doesn't make sense to me. But I still had fun regardless of these random issues. I don't know if there are just so many players lined up to play as a Mastermind, but for me, it's taken over an hour to get a match going where I can actually play as a Mastermind. I haven't seen this kind of waiting since I went to Splash Mountain. If you want to play as a survivor, you'll get a match going within the next minute or so. But it's the complete opposite for the Mastermind. I hate to say this, but I'm looking forward to the next updates and DLC that this Resistance mode is getting. I know, I want to see all the focus put on the story mode of RE3 to give us a complete remake. But I would also like to see more survivors, masterminds, locations, and a lot more from the Resistance mode. I guess you could say that both Resident Evil 3 and Resistance aren't complete games so far, so maybe the developers can concentrate on both. Maybe 50-50 concentration and updates for both of them. I'd like that. One thing that the Resistance mode has that we all wanted from Resident Evil 3 was to have a large majority of unlockables. There are so many cosmetics to unlock in Resistance, and even though they're presented in this loot crate appearance, they actually don't give us the same cosmetic more than once. I've always hated it when you spend a lot of points to try and unlock new cosmetics and you would always end up getting the same item more than once. You won't have that problem here. However, you will have to grind like crazy to obtain all cosmetics. I've played this mode for countless hours and I'm not even close to obtaining all items. One of the main things I want to unlock first are the extra costumes, and what do you know? I've unlocked 0 so far. I could care less about these graffiti icons, especially since they disappear after about 5 seconds, making it way more useless than they already were. The cosmetics in this game are the same as you'd expect from other games. Extra taunts, graffiti art. There are actual different costumes for each character that you can get. I don't know how many they each have so far, but it looks like the only way to unlock them is by being very lucky when opening the most expensive loot crate there is. If you reach rank 50, you'll get a golden reskin, so there's that. But if you want to reach rank 50, it's going to take over 100 matches to reach it for sure. Because once you've reached rank 20, it takes about 5 to 10 successful matches with the entire team surviving just to rank up one level higher. Crazy, huh? But hey, I like the fact that there are tons of unlockable items, and even if it is annoying to try and obtain a new costume because it all depends on luck, at least they don't repeat the items you've already unlocked. That'd be extremely terrible because Injustice 2 is a game that does this, and I played the hell out of that game, maybe like 2 to 3 years straight. Until this day, I still haven't managed to unlock all the epic gear pieces for my favorite characters, all because they'd repeat the same gear pieces you've already unlocked. So as long as they don't repeat the same cosmetics when you were opening a new crate, I'm okay with the grinding. Once you've got many items to unlock, you've got plenty of replay value right there. So if anything, we definitely need newer locations, survivors, and masterminds added because that's the only way to make the repetitive grinding not get boring after a while. Oh yeah, if you customize your mastermind, you can get different reskins and costumes for all enemy types. All enemy types except for the bosses, as far as I know. You can make a Cerberus look like a rotting Dalmatian. You can give this zombie a vampire costume for the hell of it, and even turn a regular liquor into an evolved liquor. Okay, so it's a reskin, but at least they got the colors right. Although it would have been cool if they did extend their claws a bit, but I'm okay with this. Seeing as there are even different zombie models in this game, it leaves me wondering why didn't the developers add these different skins and zombie models to the RE3 story mode? Feels like a major missed opportunity, but you know what? I would love it if they include all these new reskins and costumes only after you've obtained them in the Resistance mode. That would be amazing. It would highly convince fans to start playing the Resistance mode more often if this was the case. We should really ask the developers if they can do this. But what do you think? Have you played the Resistance mode? What do you like and dislike about it? Let me know in the comments, because as of now, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button to give this video a chance to grow. I'd like to thank all my Patreon supporters for their impeccable generosity. Your support means a lot to me, and you are part of the reason why I try to make the best content that I can. And if you like this content, check out the rest of my channel. You'll find more entertainment from separate franchises I like to cover, such as Mortal Kombat, Dragon Ball Z, Celebrity Deathmatch, Men in Black, The Mask, Batman comics, The Terminator, TMNT, Dino Crises, Resident Evil, and more. If you're a Patreon supporter, check out my exclusive videos such as the Gantz content. And if you'd like to show your support, go to my Patreon and support the channel, which is only $1. Sacrifice that McChicken for extra quality content, my friend. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video, and remember to have an awesome day.